Shades of Clarity channel. Welcome back. I might be in focus. My manual focus lens here. It was odd. YouTube stuck an ad on my last video, and I thought that was kind of peculiar considering what the subject matter was. I don't know, there was that bodybuilding guy with the strange accent. Yeah, it might have been all the Pepsi logos on the wall and in the store and on the merch and the inside of the building. What I want to talk about today, yes, I said that again. What I want to talk about today is crossing that line. You know, when you can't drink anymore, when you've become a pickle, when you used to be a cucumber. You know, you can never go back. Now, what causes that? And I think this may be some of the territory I've been over before, but if you're new, and I have one new subscriber, what happens is you get a disconnect from your frontal cortex, which is the reasoning part of your brain. Controls hunger, sex drive, and what happens is you get that disconnect. And the reasoning part of your brain that says, no, don't do it. Don't go back to that alcohol. You lose control. Your rational thought out the window. And the next thing you know, you've been to the convenience store, you've popped open whatever your drink of choice is, and taken a sip of it. And then you wonder, how did it happen? Well, that's exactly what happened. That's the analogy of the cucumber to the pickle. You can't go back after that change has taken place. That's the disease model. That's the disease of alcoholism, really, and it's sort of unknown why that change occurs. And everybody, it is tied in with a kindling effect, which I've described in several videos of the science behind why everybody says it always gets worse, it never gets better. It seems like every time I quit, it's harder to quit the next time. And my withdrawal symptoms, I used to be able to just quit and be fine. Now I have, 2 or 3 days of drinking and I'm in the shit with symptoms and sweating and nervousness and anxiety and shaking and all that good stuff we know to be withdrawal. It all raises its ugly head. And that is, it is a disease. And it should be treated as such. And those that say it isn't a disease, it's in the DSM-5. It is in the medical literature of a disease, and that process, whether or not it is genetic, it most likely is. I'm not sure that's been proven, but people with alcoholics in their families do have a propensity to have alcoholism. It can skip generations. I know that my own alcoholism probably comes from my father's side. There was a lot of drinking on that side, not so much on my mother's side. But I never thought that I would end up that way. And a lot of people said the first time they took a drink that it was just like a switch was tripped, or just a light bulb went on. Ooh, I love that warm and fuzzy feeling that I get from the alcohol. That really wasn't my case. I got a little silly and all that, and maybe had a good time and really kind of let loose and made it easier to talk to people. Yeah, certainly. But as far as it took me a little while to slide into it, where the loss of control, once the loss of control has been achieved, all bets are off at that point. And again, I'm not a medical provider of any kind, not a PA, not a doctor, not a nurse, not a therapist. If you're ready to quit drinking, please see your medical provider and discuss it. There are a lot of different options. Could be outpatient detox. You may have to go inpatient, depends on your length of use, how much you've been drinking, really what you've been drinking too. Liquor tends to be worse than beer, from my experience of being in treatment and speaking with people that were beer drinkers versus, people that drank vodka or bourbon, 80 proof liquor, that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you wondered, why does it get worse? Why is it, what is wrong with me? Well, that's it. You had the disease of alcoholism, and there's not much more you can do. The only way to arrest this progressive and potentially fatal disease is to stop. You can't drink anymore. That is the only way to put this disease in remission. Friends, I am telling you. Listen to Shades. The man speaks from experience. Just thought I'd go over some I wouldn't say rehash, but just talk about this. Please, you don't know, I want you guys for your lives to be saved. I don't want an ugly death. And that is most likely what will happen if you keep drinking. So as always, stay tuned, come back, see cats later.